pageantry. On Monday, only one procession actually made its tour. The procession was that of Our Lady of Sorrows, which consists of just one paso. Because it was the only procession, I had no choice but to follow it through most of its tour. This forced me to ignore the brochures, which were full of suggestions concerning the best highlights of each procession and the recommended spots to view them from. There was a very memorable ending, which I did not capture on film due to problems with my camcorder. But for several hundred yards, I joined a large group of people who walked backwards, in front of the image, keeping their eyes on her the whole time. It was very mesmerizing. When we finally arrived at the church of San Pedro y San Pablo, we were backed up into the small wrought iron fenced courtyard. But there were already people waiting there, and it quickly became apparent that it was becoming overcrowded. As the image made its way into the courtyard, there was no way out, and soon there developed a tension that was deepening into a panic. One lady next to me began crying out that her baby in the carriage might be trampled. But just as the situation neared the brink of losing control, the image began to rotate as she was positioned to make her entrance facing outward. This motion caused a counterclockwise movement within the crowd that relieved the pressure and allowed for people to flow back outside the small courtyard. This was my first, but not last, experience with this tendency in Andalusian pageantry to go to the brink of hysteria or loss of control, and yet never cross over, even in large crowds, which included alcohol consumption and with virtually no figures of authority present. I also began to realize that the processions were designed to have an effect upon the participants. This effect could also be shared, to some extent, with the spectators, provided the spectators engaged the procession at some level.